Traders, what's up, guys? It is your today's market. We're going to start off, talking about some Brexit stuff. The UK did get their extension, and the EU and the UK agreed to the extension of October 31st, as you can see. Pound kind of seemed to react somewhat positively to that. We can jump over and look at the index quick. Where it is right there. We did get. So we did really. I don't think it kind of reacted somewhat positively more than it did negatively. But to me, I'm kind of anticipating. I think it just kind of opens up more uncertainty in the UK economy, because you got to think businesses are trying to plan for a Brexit, and now that it's extended, I think they're going to have to continue to try to plan around the whole Brexit date and whatever happens during Brexit. So, I mean, this should be enough time for Theresa May to actually get a deal. Donald Tusk is on the EU, and he was saying, you do not waste the time. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, and hopefully it doesn't continue to get postponed. It's kind of an ongoing mess, in my opinion. They did avoid that no-deal Brexit that they were looking to do, which is, on the optimistic side, that is good. Really, just for on the news front today, we did have inflation come out for Germany. It came out at the consensus. We did have UK inflation yesterday, or sorry, the China inflation that did come out positive. We did talk about this in the webinar. I was talking about this, with this decline. I was saying, it is possible we're going to get an up move now. Someone was asking how it reacted to the Australian dollar. I'd like to take a look, actually. Looks like maybe this was it. Maybe it looks like we did. No, that didn't really do much, but I think that now we're starting to see a little higher prices, excuse me, in China. I think this is going to be some more optimism, carrying, or really just showing that the Chinese economy isn't slowing as much as anticipated, or maybe that was just a little dip in their reading. Other than that, let's see what else we got. Just really all the rest of the news is later on today. Make sure you guys are paying attention to some of these speeches just to kind of get an insight of what everyone is talking about. Also right here as well, Fed Bowman. Let's jump into the charts quick. So Australian index, we haven't done much. Let's just jump to the daily. We were anticipating a move off of these lows. We have China optimism kind of pushes higher. Canadian dollar, we are kind of selling off. Came up, made this little retested this structure level, and I think we continue to push at least this 38.2, maybe to that 50. We did push down there, but I think maybe a little deeper into this. We'll see. Swiss franc. Not much on the trade front right now. There is some really, I guess they're talking about, China says trade talks with U.S. are moving forward, which is optimistic, but I'd want to see a little more confirmation on that. I'm not going to go just based off of that. CHF, we did hit to the 61.8. There's some consolidation here. It kind of makes sense why we came back down to there. Maybe some more upside. I'd like to watch that as well. Euro USD, or sorry, just the Euro index. I do still think there's some more opportunity. We could break right here, push up into this 556, kind of clear out some of these gains. We have PMI getting better. Technical perspective, I don't know, not much I would like. We already looked at GBP, JPY, the load. Really consolidated. We look over here, we do have some structure that it is consolidated at. It is possible that we can continue to push higher up into this 50 again, up into this 61.8. A move up, this move from, the 38.2 to 50 would translate to be a bigger move on these currency pairs as well. So, let's watch and see what can drive us higher. Possibly some of this Brexit stuff. Possibly, or I would know if we did get some actual news regarding China and maybe not going as good as they thought. The EU tariffs as well. That's what's been driving markets some too. And we're not out of the clear for the EU tariffs and Trump as well. So let's watch that. NZD, we are consolidated at these lows. I will watch this, but I'm kind of staying away from the NZD right now just because of how they're talking about regarding their rates. I do think we could see a little more upside, possibly, but this is something I'm just going to stay away from personally. USD, let's look at that. Came off of these highs. So now, look like we've been kind of rising during some of the overnight session, but maybe we can push up a little higher, then go lower, or maybe we'll just continue to break higher. This is what I'm gonna be watching to get down to this level. So let's watch that. We did come right here. There's some structure all in here. Look at the possibly the market come up to maybe this 210. Let's watch that. That's it on the index side. Let's jump over to that CAD JPY we were looking at. We are starting to kind of, looks like we're slowly starting to kind of break out of here. Made a little new low, came back, and we're just kind of like retesting that low. I'm still looking for this to break to that 50. Really, I think we're going to get maybe some stuttering around the 38.2, but after that, I think we're going to break to that 50 pretty quick. If we get that. GBP, JPY was, we're still kind of, I would say we're still ranging, little corrective move from that sell-off. Longer term, I do kind of like this on a 23.6. I did post this in the chat. So I want to be paying attention to this. I do have a small position on right now. And I think, really just to get down to 38.2, I don't think you're really asking for much. I mean, we're consolidating on top of this 23.6. We kind of, maybe this is if you want to look at it from a technical perspective, maybe this is a lower high. I don't know. That's not our strategy. But overall, we got this kind of a pretty decent size up move, got some consolidation. What drove this is some Brexit news. After this, it was some China or some yen weakness. So, I mean, if we can get some yen strength coming to the market, I do think we're going to continue to push lower, especially if that GBP just stays consolidated. This whole down move could be possibly just some yen strength. Euro CHF, I think we went over that, but that did play out very nice. We talked about this in the webinar, so guys, check that out. That was a very nice position as well. Maybe another opportunity to start selling from here if things align CHF wise, because we did see that index that had a massive sell-off. We were at that 61.8 on that index I just showed you. That's about it, guys, for everything that I am looking at. Make sure you guys are staying up to date on that Brexit. Make sure you're looking at the trade talks. Your Twitter has some decent financial guys that talk about some of this. So if you guys have a Twitter, make sure you follow, or just type in, you can type in FX or S&P. You find some guys talking about different drivers and catalysts in the market that we like to pay attention to. So guys, that is it. I will see you tomorrow.